Most men think that attracting a woman is about impressing her, chasing her, or proving their worth. That mindset will never make a woman truly desire you. The men who get chased by women don't convince, they don't beg, and they don't prove anything. They become the type of man that women naturally gravitate toward. A woman doesn't chase a man because he's nice to her. She doesn't chase him because he compliments her. She chases him when she feels like he's a rare opportunity that she might lose. The moment a woman believes she doesn't fully have you, she starts to want you more. That's the power of positioning yourself correctly. Most guys give up their power immediately by over-pursuing, being too available, and making it obvious that the woman is their priority. When a woman senses that she's already won you over, there's no challenge. There's no reason for her to chase. But when she feels uncertain about where she stands with you, when she feels like she has to work to get more of your time and attention, that's when the game changes. This isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about understanding the psychology of attraction and using it to your advantage. Women are wired to desire what feels valuable, what feels slightly out of reach. If you want a woman to chase you, you have to become the kind of man that she sees as high status, hard to get, and worth the effort. In this video, I'll break down 7 powerful tactics that will make a woman chase you, even if she wasn't interested at first. Listen carefully, apply them, and watch the difference. I've created a community on Podium where I break down everything you need to know step by step. You'll get no-nonsense practical advice that will boost your confidence and help you build stronger, more meaningful connections. And the best part? The first 20 people who join will get an exclusive discount, so don't hesitate. Click the link in the description to grab your spot. If you know someone who could use this, share it with them. 1. Be scarce, not available. A man who is always available is a man who is easily forgotten. Women are naturally drawn to men who seem just out of reach, not because they enjoy being ignored, but because scarcity creates value. When something is rare, it's automatically perceived as more desirable. Think about luxury brands. People want them because not everyone can have them. That same principle applies to attraction. If a woman knows she can have you anytime she wants, there's no urgency, no excitement, and no reason to chase. This is where most men fail. They drop everything the moment a woman calls. They respond to texts within seconds. They make it obvious that they're just waiting for her attention. A man who does this isn't mysterious, he's predictable. And predictable men don't trigger desire. The key is controlled scarcity. This doesn't mean disappearing or ghosting a woman. It means having a life so full and interesting that you're not always readily available. When you're focused on your purpose, your goals, and your own growth, women can sense it. They see that you have options, that you're not desperate for their attention, and that's what makes them want to secure a spot in your life. Most men don't understand this because they are conditioned to believe that more effort equals more attraction. They think that if they just show how much they care, how available they are, and how much they like her, she will reward them with interest. But women don't work like that. Women chase what feels valuable. If you make yourself too accessible, you're telling her, I am not a prize, I am not rare, and I am not someone you need to work for. That's the moment she starts to lose interest. A practical example is this. If a woman texts you, don't rush to respond immediately every time. Let her wonder where you are, what you're doing, and why you're not always at her disposal. If she asks to see you, don't always say yes right away. Sometimes tell her you're busy, even if you're just busy improving yourself. This isn't about playing games, it's about making sure she values your time. Women are wired to crave emotional highs and lows. If she always has access to you, there's no emotional excitement. But if she has to wonder about you, question whether she's got your full attention, and feel like she's competing for your time, that's when she starts thinking about you constantly. And when she thinks about you all the time, she starts to chase. The best way to apply this is to prioritize yourself over her. Work on your goals, hit the gym, focus on your passions, and let her fit into your life, not become your life. When a woman sees that you don't need her, that's when she starts to feel like she needs you. And the more she feels that, the more she will chase. 2. Control the frame. The man who controls the frame controls the interaction. When a woman meets you, she is subconsciously testing whether she should lead or follow. If you let her take control, if you let her decide the tone, pace, and direction of the dynamic, she will never feel the need to chase you. Instead, she will see you as just another guy seeking her approval. But when you set the tone and lead, she automatically sees you as someone worth pursuing. Controlling the frame means that you don't react to a woman, you make her react to you. When most men talk to a woman, they try to impress her. They look for signs of approval. They adjust their behavior based on her reactions. That's weak. Women sense this immediately, and it kills attraction. A woman should be the one trying to keep up with you, not the other way around. One way to control the frame is through your communication. Your words, tone, and body language should always communicate that you are the prize. Never ask a woman for permission to be confident or assertive. Don't wait for her to show interest before you act like you're valuable. You have to believe you're valuable first, and she will naturally follow that energy. When you assume the role of the leader, women start to look to you for direction, and that's when they begin to chase. For example, if you're texting a woman, don't engage in long, drawn-out conversations where you're trying to entertain her. Keep your messages short, direct, and purposeful. If she sends you a one-word response, don't try to force the conversation. Let her feel the silence. Make her put in effort. When you're on a date, don't ask, "Where do you want to go?" Instead, say, "We're going here. I think you'll like it." Leading with confidence, rather than seeking validation, flips the script and makes her chase you. Another crucial aspect of controlling the frame is how you handle tests. Every woman will test you in some way. She might tease you, act distant, or say something designed to see if you'll break. Weak men react emotionally to these tests, getting frustrated or trying harder to please her. Strong men stay unbothered. If she tries to make you jealous by mentioning another guy, laugh it off and say, "Sounds like he's lucky to meet you," then change the subject. If she takes hours to reply, you take even longer. When you show her that her behavior doesn't shake you, she starts to see you as different from the rest. That's when she starts to invest more effort. When you control the frame, you stop being the guy chasing and start being the guy she wants to win over. She will seek your approval, put in effort to impress you, and work to secure your attention. And the moment she starts to work for you, that's when she starts to chase. 3. Be a challenge, not a guarantee. A woman values what she has to work for. If you're too easy, too predictable, or too eager, she won't see you as a prize. She'll see you as an option. A man who presents no challenge is a man who gets taken for granted. Women don't chase men who are already in their hands. They chase men who make them wonder, question, and put in effort. Most men make the mistake of thinking that making a woman comfortable will make her like them more. They assume that if they're always available, always saying yes, and never setting any boundaries, she will appreciate them. But attraction doesn't work like that. The moment a woman knows she has you completely, she stops feeling that spark. That's why the men who women chase the hardest are the ones who don't give them everything up front. Being a challenge doesn't mean being rude, distant, or playing mind games. It means setting a standard that she has to reach. If she doesn't put in effort, you don't reward her with attention. If she cancels plans last minute, you don't reschedule immediately. If she gives you attitude, you don't try to win her over. You let her come back when she's ready to act right. When you set this tone, women feel the need to earn your time. And once they start trying to earn it, they get emotionally invested. A practical example of this is when a woman tries to test you. Maybe she pulls away slightly to see if you'll chase her. The weak man panics, starts double texting, and asks if everything is okay. The strong man does nothing. He stays patient, continues focusing on himself, and waits for her to feel the space. She will, and she will come back with more energy because now she feels like she could lose you. That emotional uncertainty makes her think about you constantly. Another example is keeping your personal world separate at first. Don't rush to tell a woman everything about you. Let her ask questions. Let her work to get to know you. Instead of sending her long messages or constantly checking in, keep some distance. When she sees that you're not spilling everything immediately, she'll feel the need to dig deeper, to chase for more access. The men who women chase are the ones who create a sense of earned intimacy. Instead of just giving validation, attention, and emotional connection freely, they allow women to qualify for it over time. And that's what keeps women coming back. This is why women are often obsessed with the men they can't quite figure out. They want to solve the mystery. They want to unlock his full attention. They want to know where they stand. That emotional push and pull keeps them hooked. And when a woman feels like she has to work for you, she stops seeing you as just another guy. She starts seeing you as the man she needs to win over. 4. Create emotional high and low points. Women don't chase men who make them feel fine. They chase the men who make them feel something powerful. Men who create excitement, curiosity, tension, and unpredictability. A woman becomes emotionally attached when she experiences highs and lows with a man, not just steady comfort. If you want a woman to chase you, you must create an emotional roller coaster that makes her invested in you. Most men make the mistake of keeping interactions too safe. They avoid creating tension, they never challenge her, and they try to be too nice, too accommodating, too predictable. But what happens when something is predictable? It gets boring, and boredom is the enemy of attraction. The men who keep a woman thinking, wondering, and even slightly frustrated are the ones she can't get out of her head. One way to do this is by pulling away at the right moments. If you notice she's getting comfortable, she's texting less, or she's not putting in as much effort, don't confront her about it. Just step back. Stop initiating. Let her feel your absence. That low point makes her realize she was taking your attention for granted. Suddenly she starts to miss you. She starts wondering if she's losing you. And that fear makes her chase. Another way is to switch between playful and serious energy. If you're too serious all the time, she'll feel pressure. If you're too playful, she won't take you seriously. The balance is key. Tease her, joke with her, and challenge her, but also have moments where you show a deeper, more intense side. Maybe you're having fun laughing at something, and then you suddenly lean in and say, "You know, I wasn't expecting to enjoy this as much as I am." That shift in energy catches her off guard. It makes her feel something deeper, something real. A powerful example of creating emotional highs and lows is what happens when a woman really starts liking a man but isn't sure how much he likes her back. The uncertainty keeps her thinking, analyzing, and chasing for reassurance. If a woman always knows she has you locked down, she won't feel urgency. But if she feels like she's almost there, but not quite, she will chase harder to lock you down first. Women become emotionally hooked on men who make them experience different feelings. If every interaction with you is predictable, she always knows what you'll say, how you'll react, and what you'll do next, she won't feel excitement. But if she's constantly surprised, if she never knows exactly what to expect, if you keep her on her toes, she will stay emotionally engaged. Attraction is not just about comfort. It's about a mix of tension, mystery, and connection. If a woman can predict everything about you, she will move on. But if she feels like every interaction with you brings a new experience, she won't want to let go. That's what keeps her chasing. 5. Control your attention like a king. Attention is the most powerful currency in dating. A woman will not chase a man whose attention she can get anytime she wants. If you make yourself too available, if you're always responding instantly, always complimenting her, and always checking in, she will never feel the need to chase you. She already has you. Women only pursue what they feel they could lose. The biggest mistake most men make is giving their attention too easily. They think, if I give her more attention, she'll like me more. But in reality, the opposite happens. The more she gets from you without putting in effort, the less she values you. It's basic psychology. We don't appreciate what comes too easy. A high-value man understands that his attention is a privilege, not something handed out freely. He is not emotionally desperate for a woman's response. He doesn't sit around waiting for a text. He doesn't stare at his phone hoping she'll reply. He is too focused on his purpose, his goals, and his own life to waste time chasing a woman who isn't showing effort, and that in turn makes women chase him. A practical example of this is texting. The average guy replies immediately, double texts when he doesn't get a response, and overcompensates when he senses she's losing interest. But a man who understands the power of attention doesn't do that. If she takes 3 hours to respond, he takes his time too. If she stops putting in effort, he simply pulls back. He lets her feel the absence of his attention. That's when she starts wondering, did I lose his interest? Is he talking to someone else? That insecurity makes her chase. Another example is when a woman tests you by being distant. Most guys react by over-explaining themselves, asking if something is wrong, or trying even harder to win her back. But the man in control of his attention doesn't do that. If she pulls back, he lets her. If she stops texting, he doesn't chase. He remains completely unbothered. And because he doesn't react emotionally, she feels the shift. She realizes she might be losing his attention. And suddenly, she starts trying harder to get it back. This is why women chase men who don't need them. A woman wants a man who gives his attention selectively. A man who is too busy to text all day, too focused to be constantly available, and too confident to beg for validation. She wants a man who makes her feel like she has to work for his time because that makes her value him more. The second a woman senses that you are too emotionally invested before she has earned it, she will pull away. But if you remain centered, confident, and selective about who gets your attention, she will fight for it. And the more she fights for it, the more she chases. 6. Be willing to walk away. A man who is willing to walk away holds all the power. The moment a woman senses that you are afraid to lose her, she stops valuing you. Women chase men who cannot be controlled by their emotions, men who know they deserve respect and won't tolerate anything less. If you make it clear, through your actions, not just your words, that you will walk away if she disrespects you, takes you for granted, or plays games, she will instinctively chase you. Most men fail at this. They tolerate bad behavior, they let a woman pull back without consequences, and they cling harder when she loses interest. They try to fix things, instead of realizing that attraction cannot be negotiated. When you show a woman that you need her more than she needs you, you immediately lose her respect. Walking away is not about playing games. It's about setting a standard. It means that if she stops putting in effort, you don't beg. If she disrespects you, you don't argue. You simply leave. If she doesn't appreciate your presence, you make her experience your absence. And that absence is what makes her chase. A perfect example is when a woman starts acting distant. The average guy panics. He texts more, tries harder, and asks, "Is everything okay?" But the man who understands his value does the opposite. He notices the distance, acknowledges it, and instead of chasing, he matches her energy. If she pulls back, he pulls back even further. If she's playing games, he simply walks away. What happens next? She starts wondering why he isn't reacting. She questions whether she misjudged his interest. And suddenly, she's the one chasing. She reaches out, she initiates plans, and she starts trying to earn back his attention. This is the power of walking away. But this only works if you are truly willing to lose her. You cannot fake it. Women have an instinct for detecting desperation. If she senses that you are bluffing, that you are walking away just to manipulate her, it won't work. But if she feels that you are a man who will not tolerate anything less than full effort, she will value you more. This applies to all aspects of attraction. If a woman is playing mind games, making you wait, or disrespecting you, the solution is not to argue or plead for her attention. The solution is to walk away and mean it. When you do this, she suddenly sees your value. She realizes she can't control you, and that loss of control makes her chase. The ultimate truth is this: women do not chase men they can manipulate. They chase men who are in control of themselves, men who do not tolerate disrespect, and men who know that walking away is always an option. When you embody this mindset, you become the kind of man that women fear losing. And when a woman fears losing you, she will do everything in her power to keep you. 7. Build a life she wants to be part of. The biggest mistake men make is thinking that attraction is built through words, tricks, or strategies. The truth is, nothing makes a woman chase more than a man who is already winning in life, a man whose presence feels like an opportunity. A woman does not want to be the center of your world. She wants to join a world that is already exciting, fulfilling, and full of purpose. She is drawn to a man who has a mission bigger than her. When a man is fully immersed in his passion, his purpose, and his growth, women naturally want to be part of that energy. Most men do the opposite. The second they like a woman, they drop everything. They cancel plans for her. They stop focusing on their own goals just to impress her. And in doing so, they make a fatal mistake. They put her above their own purpose. The moment she feels that shift, when she realizes that she has become his main focus, her attraction dies. Why? Because she no longer feels like she's joining something great. She feels like she has become the only thing he has going on. The man who makes women chase is the man who is already fulfilled without her. He has goals, he has hobbies, he has ambition, he is constantly improving, constantly learning, and constantly evolving. And because of that, his life is magnetic. She sees him as someone who is going places, someone who is rising in value, someone whose presence feels like an upgrade. That feeling makes her want to chase. A practical example of this is when a man is socially in demand, a man who has a strong network, who has friends, who is constantly meeting new people, instantly becomes more attractive. Why? Because women are drawn to men who other people admire. If a man has no social life, no passion, and no ambition, he feels boring and replaceable. But when a woman sees that other people respect him, that he has options, that he is busy and thriving, she wants to be part of his world. Another example is a man who is deeply focused on his craft. It could be business, fitness, music, art, whatever drives him. When a man is fully committed to his growth, he doesn't need to chase women because they naturally gravitate toward him. Women love men who are obsessed with something greater than them. It's why women chase athletes, musicians, and entrepreneurs, not because of money or fame, but because of the energy of ambition. This is why the strongest strategy for making a woman chase is not texting games or acting mysterious. The strongest strategy is building a life so exciting, so purposeful, and so fulfilling that she feels lucky just to be part of it. When you embody this, you no longer need to chase women, they will chase you. Women do not chase men who beg for their attention. They chase men who are in control, men who have standards, and men who are focused on something greater than them. If you apply these principles, pulling back when necessary, maintaining mystery, showing value, and being willing to walk away, you will never have to convince a woman to want you. She will feel it on her own. The key is simple. Be a man she has to earn. When a woman realizes she could lose you at any moment, she will do whatever it takes to keep you. If you're looking to take a deeper dive into these concepts, join my Podium community. Link in the description. It's packed with powerful insights to help you master your masculinity in today's dating world. Stay strong, stay focused, and protect your power. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.